is talking about what happened going to help me through a trauma?
Well, that's a mixed bag, because sometimes what we do is have everybody believe in society that people need to process and they need to talk about their traumas. And the reality is that that is often true and not true at the same time. We would prefer people not talk about the traumas until we have them in a place where they can uh, achieve a certain amount of resilience. In other words, they can regulate their own body, because we don't want them accessing those memories when they're in an unresourceful state. Um, a simple example of this, one that I think most people can appreciate, is just the natural way the brain organizes memory. Any memory that is repetitively recalled is influenced by the state of the body when it's recalled. So if you had something really exciting and fun happen and you've told it, 25 billion times since it happened, and now, every time you tell it, it's a fun memory. You're in a nice place. Every time you're repeating that, you tend to embellish it, because the state of your body is in a state of pleasure. It's a state of excitement. It's fun. The story is good, and it brings back fun kind of emotions and feelings. So when you tell that story over time, it gets a little bit added to it. It gets embellished, and the story becomes more fun, more exciting to tell. The same thing happens when we access negative memories or painful, hurtful experiences. The more often we access those and we activate them when the body is not in a resourceful state, the more exacerbated those memories become. So one of the things we want to make sure we do before we ever go to those memories is give people the ability to keep the body relaxed. That way, if we do need to access that memory, the body is not responding as it normally responds when you access that memory. And that difference between accessing the memory in an unresourceful body and accessing that memory when you are in a resourceful body, that second part creates a lot of dissonance, and it changes how the experience is felt, and how the emotions and thinking around it. So before we ever access a memory, which is their story, we want to make sure that they have abilities to keep the body relaxed. What we have found quite often is if we can achieve that, a lot of times people don't need to talk about it because they already have got the benefit that they need. But if they do need to talk about it, they're now in a resourceful enough state that they can talk about this without it overwhelming their ability to manage it. And they can talk about it in terms of rather than re-experiencing it and bringing all of that live, painful, hurtful emotion and thinking forward, they can talk about it in the role of an observer, looking at the experience out from an outside perspective, which is only achievable if we can keep the body relaxed.